Okay, we're on Masechet Moed Katan. Welcome to Masechet Moed Katan, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Aleph. This is the first Mishnah in Masechet Moed Katan. So we have to explain to you what in the world is this term Moed Katan. So Moed refers to Chol Hamoed. As we know, every holiday has every major holiday, not everyone, Pesach and Sukkot have a first day, and then Pesach has a last day, Sukkot has Shmini Atzeret, and then there's in these intermediate days. So those are called Moed, and the reason it's called Moed Katan, Kahati explains, is that because the Seder is called Seder Moed, we're in the middle of Seder Moed, so the Masechet Moed is called Moed Katan. It's like the mini Moed. Okay, so I need to give you a sort of a brief introduction to Moed Katan, and the Kahati does an excellent job. So basically, got to tell you over what Kahati does in their short introduction, but it's really, really good. So I'm going to start by quoting a Braita from, this is Masechet Chagiga, Daf Yud Chet Amud Aleph. Chagiga. So the Gemara wants to know, how do you know there is such a thing as Chol Hamoed? Where do we get this from? Tanya Idach, we learned another Braita. Sheshet Yamim Tochal Matzot Ubeyom Mashvi Atzeret LaHashem. So this is talking about Pesach. You can see here from Dvarim Tetzayin Chet. Sheshet Yamim Tochal Matzot. For 6 days you should eat matzah. Ubeyom Mashvi Atzeret LaHashem Elokecha. On the 7th day is an Atzeret. Atzeret is a stopping. Lo ta'aseh melacha. So on the 7th day you shouldn't do melacha. So the Gemara says the following: Ma shvi'i, this is the Braita. Ma shvi'i atzor, av sheshit yamim atzurim. So the 7th day atzor stops. So the first 6 days are atzor. Are also you can't do melacha. I ma shvi'i atzor b'chol melacha. You might think just like the 7th day is atzur b'chol melacha, it's prevented from doing all melacha, all work. Av sheshit yamim atzurim b'chol melacha. Maybe all 7 days of Pesach, it's just all Chag. I mean, like we're used to Chol Hamoed, but maybe Pesach starts, you can't do Melacha for 7 days. Talmud Lomar ubayom hashvi'i atzeret. No, stop on the 7th day. Hashvi'i on the 7th day atzor b'machol melacha. Ve'ein shisha yamim atzurim b'chol melacha. Okay, but the 7th day is you should not do Melacha, but not the rest of the 6 days. I.e. Chol Hamoed. So we learn from this. Lo masran hakatuv ela lechachamim. It's really a very powerful statement. The Torah only gave over to the chachamim. Lo mar lecha, to tell you, Eze yom asur, Eze yom mutar. Okay, so which days are asur and which are mutar? Eze melacha asura, ve'eze melacha mutar. So what's mutar? What melacha is permitted and what melacha is prohibited? That's this interesting thing called Chol Hamoed. We call it Chol Hamoed. Let me see if I can. Here we go. Chol Hamoed. Chol Hamoed, it's Chol, it's a contradiction. It's an internal contradiction. Is it Moed? Moed is Chag. Is it Chol? What is it? And this is the classic problem of trying to understand what Chol Hamoed is. What are we supposed to do? Is it, let's go back to the Pasuk for a second, Atzeret, or Yom HaShvi'i Atzeret, Sheish Yomim, and what is the 6 days and what is the 7 days? So the Barturira quotes, the Kahati, quotes Rashi. I just want to make this bigger. Quotes Rashi because I want to read the Rashi together with you. And the Rashi basically tells us what is this Chol Hamoed. Okay, and it's really interesting. The very striking language. Lo masran hakatuv ela lechachamim. This is the definition of what Orthodox Judaism is. If you really want to know, that we believe that God gave Moshe Rabbeinu the tradition and he passed it down to the Chachamim. Klomar. Meaning, the Torah tells you that you have to la'atzor, stop doing work, v'lo b'kulan, and it didn't tell you which one. V'lo pirish eza mutarot, ve'eza asura. And it doesn't tell you which is mutar and which is asur. Da'u re'eh shelo masran ela lechachamim. So understand, know, and see that the lo masran ela, that the Torah only gave it to the chachamim. Hayodim lahavin al ezo lohatil heter. That they know what mutar and what's asur. They'll tell you which is Yom Tov based on Kiddush Ariyah, Kiddush HaChodesh that we just learned. We learned it before in Masechet Rosh Hashanah. Asur b'chol melacha. What day is prohibited? The Ezo Cholo Shal Moed. What is Chol of Moed? See the contradiction in terms. It's an internal contradiction. What is the Chol, the profane of the holiday? She'ein asur b'chol melacha. Okay, ve'al Cholo Shal Moed yagidu lecha. And they'll tell you, Ezo melacha asura, what melacha is prohibited? Davar she'eino aved. We're going to see this term a lot. Davar she'eino aved means something that doesn't cause a loss. Ve'ezeh melacha muteret, and what melacha is permitted? Davar shaved, davar aved. So let's just actually put this in our terms. Davar aved. That is the basic term. That's what melacha is permitted. Melacha muteret in Chol Hamoed. Melacha muteret. Davar aved. Something that will cause significant financial loss. Prohibited. Something that will not cause a significant financial loss. I was going to do the Rambam. I'm already 5 minutes in, so I think that's enough. The Rambam, he quotes the Rambam. You look it up in Hilchot Yom Tov. You know what? I already prepared it, so I'll give it to you. Okay, just briefly, I'm going to show you the Rambam. The Rambam says, if you on Chol Hamoed do melacha, okay? If you do melacha, makinoto makat mardut. The punishment is makat mardut, makot, lashes of mardut, rebellion. Meaning it's not mipnei she'asuro isuro midivrei sofrim. The Rambam holds that all the melachot of Chol Hamoed are only asur midrabanan. And even though we bring all these psukim, it's called an asmachta. Others say, no, it's an isur deoraita. Let's go back to our Mishnah. So now, once we learn this idea, so now Chachamim have to tell us, okay, Chol Hamoed, what, we know it's Moed, we know that most melacha is prohibited, but things that are davar ha'aved are mutar. So this is what the Mishnah is going to tell us, what's considered davar ha'aved. Says the Mishnah, that's the general topic of our Mishnah. What melachot are permitted on Chol Hamoed. Says the Mishnah, Mashkin beit hashlachin b'moed u'bashvi'it. One is permitted to water beit hashlachin. It's a certain kind of field. What is this beit hashlachin? Eretz ayefa u'tzmei alamayim. It's a field that's ayefa, tired, and thirsty for water. Okay, that's a beit shlachim. It's a field that needs to be watered. B'moed u'bashvi'it. You're allowed to water that field on Chol Hamoed and also during Shemitah. Bein b'ma'ayan sheyatza batchila. Whether you're watering it from a ma'ayan is a spring or a well, but we're going to see it's not a deep well, that's new, or whether it's from a well that's not new. What's the difference if it's new or not? So first of all, mashkin b'moed, this is we learned davar ha'aved mutar b'moed. Okay, you're permitted to do things that are davar ha'aved, as we've learned. This kind of field, this parched field, misha'a shematchil hashkoto. Once you started watering the field, meaning it's now Sukkot, but you planted early. So once you started, im eno mashkeoto tadir. If you don't continue to water it, miyad ne'evan, it'll be lost. Okay, as we learned, b'sof matnitin, as we learned at the end of our Mishnah. Okay, zra'im shelo shatu lifnei hamoed, lo yashkem b'moed. They're lopsided. Meaning, if you didn't start watering before, then you can't start. You can't do it on Chol Hamoed. Aval shatu lifnei hamoed, yashkem b'moed. But if you already watered them, if they drank before the Moed, before holidays, before the Chag, then you can water them on the Chag. But this is only talking about, the Bartanura says, a sadeh of tvua, of grain or vegetation. Okay? But if it's trees, if you have olive trees, even though you normally have to water the trees, they'll be fine for a week. Leave them alone. Whereas on the other end, if it's your tomato vegetables, you planted strawberries, you got to water them, otherwise they'll die. That's davar ha'aved. That's ma'ayan. And what's the difference between a ma'ayan shelo yatza b'tchila or not? So the Bartanura says, because if it's a new ma'ayan, maybe you're afraid that you'll have to fix it up. It's a spring that just came out, you'll have to fix it on the moed. He says, interestingly enough, we're not afraid, maybe you'll come l'takein v'ika tircha. We're going to see that this is also another factor. Tircha, how much work is it? Is it too much work? Next, aval ein mashkin lo mimei gishamim v'lo mimei kilon. You're not allowed to water from rainwater, collected rainwater, and not mei kilon. What is mei kilon? Mei kilon, kilon is maim shel bor amok. It's a very deep well. Ubo mei gishamim mechunasim. That's where they would store. They would have these cisterns. Where they would have these water systems that would pour and save all the rainwater, which doesn't make sense. But the problem is, be'ika tircha yetera. There's this term again, tircha yetera. I should write that down in our chart. So, melech dabar is mutar, but not tircha yetera. Tircha yetera is overextension, too much work, leave load. Because if it's a deep well, you got to draw it, you got to pull it up, that's too much. So therefore, you can do it from a ma'ayan, I don't know the difference between a ma'ayan, which is some kind of shallow well, but they say you can't do it from mei kilon. They all knew what mei kilon, they would dig these deep wells. Why? Because the deeper it is, the more water you could preserve. You can't make ugiyot or cakes. What is ugiyot? These are ditches or crevices. They would make them at the root, at the base of the olive trees or the grape vines, so that they'll fill with water. Meaning, when you're watering, even if you're not watering, you can't dig your ditches on Chol Moed. That's not davar aved. You can't do that. I'm way over, nonetheless. A really important introduction. Welcome if this is new and you lasted this long. Welcome to our Mishnah Yomit. Hopefully you'll do it every day. We'll dedicate as we always do. I want to encourage you to join. You can find our Mishnah on our website, mishnah.co. If you have comments or questions, email me at arspoter@gmail.com. And we'll dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.